Hi, this is Earl from Career Logic. Thank you for coming to our channel and watching another video about upping your career in 2020 and 2021. Today we're going to be talking about 5 networking events that you should be going to in 2020 and how it can actually uplift your career from being at the low to the high of the high. So enjoy and prepare to write something down.
ごめんね。
So number 1, career fairs. Career fair seems like it's just basically a collage of different employers and different companies that are coming together in one roof to really market their companies to potential employees to have them work for them. Most of the time you're going to get more value out of these type of career fairs if it's actually more specific or more intentional towards a certain industry. Say if it's an engineering career fair and it has a lot of different engineering companies, or a sales career fair and it has a lot of different companies that are more espousing sales. You really want to make sure that's the case when you're actually going for these type of career fairs. Most of the time these career fairs are mostly for entry-level to mid-level workers. You won't see too many career fairs for people who are in executive level or manager level too much. So just make sure you know that coming in, and so you'll be paying a fee to actually get in, and maybe it might be $10 or $15. During this COVID time, a lot of these career fairs are slowing down, so they're not going to have as many probably until like 2021. But keep them in mind because it's really easy to bring a stack of resumes to these career fairs and give them out just as business cards and everything like that. You'll get a lot of contacts fairly quickly, and you'll make a lot of ground fairly quickly. And most of the time, most people get a couple interviews or more than a couple interviews after this process. So, and you can sometimes even interview on the spot, which is always valuable. You want to make sure you're wearing a suit, wearing a tie and everything like you're having an interview, because you probably most likely will get interviewed there. So that's a couple of things to think about career fairs. So that's number 1. Number 2, church groups. This sounds really strange, but you'll be surprised how many times you might meet a connection at a church group or whatever that might be in the same industry that you're in or might be interested in your skill set. You never know in volunteer church groups. Now, I don't know what church you're a part of or what religion you are, it doesn't really matter, but the whole premise is that there's always a group or organization that are for volunteering within your actual church or whatever you go on Sunday. I know this seems unorthodox, but most of the time people get to know you very personally in these groups, and also they get to know your work ethic when you're volunteering, right? These are 2 big things that a lot of employers want to see. So, if you find somebody that's there that, they might be a manager, they might be a person that knows a manager of a particular role you might be interested in, always just let people know in this group that you are looking for a job or you're looking for a different job. You never know where this is going to lead, right? So I know it sounds unorthodox, but church groups are surprisingly one of the actual groups that a lot of people find jobs out of. Number 3, college alumni groups. Alumni groups are by far one of the best ways to network organically. Most of the time, the people that went with you to school they carry the same values you do as far as in your education. You guys taking the same courses. You guys learn the same things essentially and approach the world in the same way when it comes to business or engineering or whatever. So this is a good way to actually network with former colleagues, former classmates, former professors. Most of the time, they actually have their ears on the ground for new opportunities within the workforce and trying to get new jobs and whatnot. And a lot of people are more apt to give you a recommendation because they've known you, they actually worked with you before, or they just know of you from a different person or whatever. So alumni groups are always just a good way to keep networking with your school. There's always going to be updates from schools and stuff about different opportunities most of the time, and you're able to see, a lot of times alumni groups have speakers that come in and talk about certain subjects that you might want to hear about. It's just always good to stay connected with them, and of course try to be as intentional as trying to find a job within these groups, but don't be unorganic with it. You want to make it seem like you're just interested within the actual alumni group. You don't want to come across that you're just in that group just to get a job. because really it's more than just doing that. It's more just connecting with people that come from the same value system from where you got at your university or in your master's program or whatever. Okay, number 4, diversity groups. So diversity groups within your actual field. So you have like the Society of Black Engineers or the Women's Guild, actual sales groups for Latinos, and other diversity groups as well. These are also really good groups because a lot of the times, like as far as me being an African American, you have certain challenges of getting certain roles because you're just not really privy to it, or you're not able to get in because you might not know a particular person. And a lot of times within these diversity groups, there might be people that are in these type of particular positions that you thought weren't in there, and you might be able to network to them and be like, hey, I'm interested in finding a role within here. Could you kind of point me in the right direction? These are some things that you might want to think about when you're joining these diversity groups. And also, a lot of times these diversity groups have a really good mission as far as helping the community, volunteering within the community, engaging within the community. So it's just a good look in general to be a part of these groups, just not from getting a job standpoint, but just to really be engaged within your own community, your own city, and just really building your contact list with some really substantial people. Okay, number 5, Chamber of Commerce events. So Chamber of Commerce events are usually very, very vague. They have a lot of different types of businesses that are there, a lot of different type of speakers that are there. But the key development with Chamber of Commerce events, you can always meet people that you never really would have met in different circles, right? You might have all these different groups that are geared towards sales or engineering or physicians or real estate. But using Chamber of Commerce events, there's just a hodgepodge of a whole bunch of different people. And that comes with the advantage of you're meeting people that are really outside your industry and that might be subject matter experts in their industry. And there might be a situation where you can actually work for people in these areas. You never really know. So it's just a really great place to network after the actual speaker event they have at these Chamber of Commerce events, whatever it is, and know the people that you work, the people that are in that particular city for that Chamber of Commerce events, know who the community leaders are. It's just very useful, and it's a really great networking event to be a part of. Make sure you always bring like cards, or be open to speaking with people and giving people your number, or LinkedIn. These are things that are going to help grow your network organically in these type of events. So thank you for watching this video about networking events. Feel free to always click on the link below in the description. There's also a couple different links to different events that are going on, networking for sales, engineering, that I've put in the description. Also in the description below, I have the actual link to my class. I'll actually teach you how to get to these different networking events and best present yourself, and also negotiate for the best salary you want, also interviewing and resumes. A lot of stuff, but you'll be able to take the class at a discounted rate because you're watching this video. It will definitely help you out. I really feel confident that you'll definitely reach your career goals with taking this class. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to comment below. I want to be engaged with you. If you have any questions, always comment. Always the best thing to do. Catch you guys later on the next one. Have a nice day. Peace.